Parkway. How's it going, bro? It's like almost 80 degrees. Last night, I went for a walk because they had some kind of hot rod show in town. I don't know if you're watching. And they were peeling out and all that crap. And then the cops went down there. I saw smoke. I thought they were getting in trouble for burning out. There was there was two crowds, all white people. And one side had Black Lives Matter about to get in a fight. It was the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Rednecks. People are just stupid. You know, I think it was, let me think here. Morgan Freeman. He said something that I'll never forget. Someone asked him about racism. He said, racism will stop when you quit talking about it. As long as you throw it up in the limelight, it's never going to go away. And most of the people that said, hey, oh, look at there. Oh, wow. I got a good eye to that. Look at them all, that tree. Whoop, whoop. Get me a good eating right here. Look at all them up there. Wow. That's crazy. I never found you right here. Just, whoop, whoop. That park is from too. Damn it. I should have brought my. There you go. Oh, this is really pretty light stuff. It's pretty good, huh? So I'm doing McQueen, McQuickie. Look at that. These little ones. Look at that good eating. These things are way tender. And they just came up in this rain. Yesterday, probably. See, those right here I should probably leave because they're going to get big. Look at that. But I like them little. They're so tender. Mm. You know what? I'm sure we're down on the way back. These are ink spots. And you have to eat them when they look like this. I guess we can see this. See that? They're turning black. Tomorrow, the big ones right here, they turn black and turn into ink. Well, I mean, that's what I call them, ink spots. They turn completely black and they ooze. And then, but right now, these ones that you see come up in your yard in a cluster because they're on a dead tree. Like, they only last 2-3 days. It rained, and I just started eating like 4 years ago. You can see they're turning black here. Glad. I don't know why I came up with it. Man. Oh, yeah, we'll come from. I'm serious, this is a delicacy. One of my favorites. The only thing about them, they're not poisonous unless you drink wine when you eat them. Is that crazy? If you drink wine with them, it's poisonous. You can look at that, it's called ink spot. Oh, look at that cluster. Little big one. Dead tree. I need to bring Tupperware with me. I wasn't really thinking about it because it's so hot out. I can't wait to get over there. What I'm gonna do. One guy should. That's a meal up there. Big time. I mean, I'll probably eat 2-3 out of it. I left some there so they can grow together. Yeah, boom, ink spot. I've probably got more on it. I'll check tomorrow. Wow, first 5 minutes, free food. Best thing about it, it's free, and it's good for you. And no GMOs, and no one's tested but me and Mother Nature. Got a little shade bonus. It's quite hot. You know, some wind. It's moving a little bit. Whew. You know, stand's burning. Hey, we got Cinco de Mayo people. It's hard to see the screen when you got things on. Bomlekat. Gato fish. Here's a Parkway. Branded Mark. Hey, what's up? I got some good fellers on here. Ah. I am going to, a lot of people call the forest, the outbackers call it the bush. You know, here the bush is something else. I don't have hair anymore. But it's the woods to me. I grew up in the woods. You take it for granted because one of my friends, his name is Mark too, he's from the Philippines. And I got to go out here 4 or 5 times. Now I can't drag him out here because he got strass and thorns. And he's from the island and he can't take it. Like, let me fix this. Ooh, sucker. I don't know what it is. There you go. Got it back. Yeah. I had him east of here and there's a big old school of minnows. He said, look at all those fish, we can eat them. I said, they're bait. He goes, it takes bait to catch them? Yeah, here's this little hook. Put it on a toothpick. Oh, we got 6 in the house now. Oh, what a day. I don't know if you guys know Squash Mod. Well, buddy, I won a bone collector blanket on his YouTube channel a month ago in a drawing. And he asked me for my address. And he lives 1 mile away. Is that synchronicity? Plus, I am the bone collector. We went fishing already. We're going fishing in the morning at the lake with minnows. I'll go live. I'm sure we're going to catch a bunch of crappie. Well, we were down the other day, and if you go early morning, we saw somebody with a bunch of crappie and stripers, largemouth. They ended up knowing my family. Went to school where I did. They had beards, and I said, are you like 29? They were 15. Their mom had to come and get them. Remember those days where all you had to worry about was wiping your ass and eating? This is my milk crate. I put shit in it. You can see. Here we go. Really like a beach here. I bet. I used to go to, well, I've been to Pensacola, Panama City, you know, Mustang Island. I went to Pensacola when I was married. Never found any weed plants growing. Which time and how many times, huh? Sure I have. All you do is, in the fall when it's harvest time, well, you know, back in the day, you used to drive around the back roads and look for cars. And then when they leave, you try to find their path. Well, I got one for you. I used to work for O'Reilly Automotive. They're from Springfield, right here. And they're brothers. Well, I was their groundskeeper, me and a friend of mine. And oh, it's a beautiful day. They're millionaires. Well, they live out in the country. They had this giant farm. They had an airport and everything. Still a beacon. And my buddy was exploring. And it was this great big, it wasn't a trash pile. It was just you know, trees, weeds and shit. And they planted weed around the whole thing, so every time it rained, you know, it fertilized it. Well, he told me about it. So we got the canoe, and we had to float downstream to where these pot plants were, but the water's way down, so we had to carry this boat for miles. So he takes me up in the field. He found them. I couldn't find him, and they were like 20 feet tall. So he brought snippers, and I didn't. So by the time I got through stripping the buds, my hands were pure black and would stick together. And then we stuck the canoe after we got done with 4 black trash bags full of weed and drove through town. Okay, then we went back again about a week later, and the weed was a lot bigger because we'd already took a lot of it off, you know. And we went 3 times. He went a 4th, I didn't. And we hung it. I had that shit hanging. Well, the first night, spent like 12 hours trimming it. And then some of it I put in those things to dry apples and shit in. But long story short, 10 years later, when I was moving, I had hung one of the plants underneath something, and the utility room was still there. But it was good. I sold the shake leaves for 40 bucks. It was that good. What is this? Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's so nice in here. Man, it's hot up there. Bubblegum weed. I seen that, Nick. If I seen you carrying that bag, I'd smack you. Oh, that shit is tasty. I'm smoking Maui Wowie. I forgot to put off on, but actually it's not too bad yet. I'm just now starting to get a few spider webs, which sucks ass. The last few years, oh, it's only going on the whole yesterday. They don't put us in jail. They had to do some work out here. I was out here about 3 months ago before they started this. I was coming from that way, and there was a city utilities worker laying here sleeping. I was scared the living shit out of him. He was sleeping on the job. He was a sewer right there. Okay, over here for pineapple OG. I like Blue Dream. It's one of my favorite. Bubba Kush. Elvis. Oh, look. Whoa. I get more off this tree than anywhere. I got plenty today in my backpack. I'm going to leave that for the critters. I already picked a bunch off of them. Here's another. Oh, look. These are saddlebacks. See how they're kind of brown? These got wet. Look at that. When they come up, you got to get them quick. They get tough. They're hard to chew. I ate a bunch of them last year. I got burned out on them. Never find any. Come on. Never find any. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have. I've pretty much found every kind of mushroom. Civil side, you know, the kind here that grow up in cow shit you can eat and trip on. And you know, when you do hallucinogenics, they open up a part of your mind that you don't use. And that's why we about went in the river. One time me and 2 of my buddies, one of them's mom and dad went on vacation for like 2 weeks, and they lived way out in the country in a big old house with a full basement, and it was black and white checkered like the Mason shit, you know. And he had a pet. It was a fox. No, yeah. No, what was it? Yeah, it was a fox. They were hauling hay, and they ran over the mom or whoever in the nest, the den, and like 4 of them got the fox and raised them. But they're the nastiest, stinkingest things. They chew through the wall and shit on everything. Ugh. They're like a rodent. Oh, I gotta keep that thing. was at. We stayed in that basement for like 3 days and ate a quarter pound of mushrooms. It's quite the experience. I think I was about 19. So what the hell? I think I was 19. Me and a few friends dropped a couple of hits, or one each of vitamin A, and we were going to the midnight movie, and we dicked around and got there late, and we had to sit on the very front row of a movie of Pink Floyd The Wall and Exorcist. Pink Floyd The Wall though, when the hammer started walking, man, that was some shit. You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. Piece of rope. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, that's been there a long time. I found a real good arrowhead underneath here before. Well, the first one I found here, right here. This is a gravel bar hill. Richard walked out. I didn't got my boots on today. Got teeny boppers. Last night though, when I went walking, I was at about 6 months ago. Me and one of my buddies, we used to go squatching together a lot, but he lives in Joplin, lost his job, get kids and stuff. Too poor to go anymore. His uncle bought 100 acres or something after World War II in Ponce de Leon, and no one's ever touched it because it's ravines and it's straight up and down right next to the river. So we're out there and the river's flooded and it's way up, and I look over and I see like a fourth of a bandana tied to this little tree, and I went over there and I found a cast iron skillet, 3 throwing knives in the teeth, and a pair of hemp sandals like the Romans wore. Really badass. And they tie, but they go between your toe, which I haven't been wearing anything between my toe. So walking 5 hours last night with a big piece of rope between my toe wasn't much fun. So I didn't really feel like booting it. Look at that. Look at that. That's just muddy, but see that over there? That's Flint Church. This is oh, it's got 4.5. Heard the teeth was good. It's still muggy as shit. Oh, look at that. Yeah. What is that? That's a street light thing. Oh, heavy too. I'm wearing the circa 1974 shorts for the NBA. The old Richard Simmons shorts that we used to wear. No, they're just, you know what I mean, those striped blue and soap shit. I used to wear them to the swimming pool. I used to tan a lot. Had the chicks, lay out with baby oil and iodine, right? I've never been normal. 1982, I roller skated around the town all the time. I love roller skating. I used to skate them a whole lot. Got me out of trouble. I wasn't a troublemaker. Sports did too, though. Had it all to do over again. I would have never had a girlfriend ever in school. It was a waste of time. Could have enjoyed a lot more fun too. Instead of being pushy with kissing some chick's ass. It's okay. The girl I dated, her dad was president of the bank. I went in the Marine Corps, was going to marry her. When I got out, came home, She had slept with one of my friends. Then the girl after that, I didn't date. I kind of a one-man woman. I dated her for. She was adopted, and her adopted parents were McCoys, like they're Hatfield, and they didn't like me. I don't know. So they give her up. She went back to her mom's house in Butte, Montana. Talking about a fucking pit hole. So I'm thinking, oh. Okay, so I decided that love was more important than my favorite car. So I sold my 64 Impala Super Sport black and went to Butte, Montana on a bus, thinking I'm gonna marry this girl, right? Yeah, I'm fine. I just got my feet wet. I'm unbreakable. And long story here. So I go to Butte, Montana on the bus. She doesn't know I'm coming because I'm surprising her, right? So I called her brother, and he came and got me. And so we were supposed to have a double wedding with her family or some shit. So I could tell something was going on. And so the first night there, her uncle was this old, well, he was probably 30 then. He was a hippie, and he asked me if I wanted to go play pool. Look at that. And that's the first time I ever really went to a pool hall that had beer in it and shit. I didn't drink though. So, and I never drank or nothing anyway back then. So he found this old Chevy truck. He asked me if I wanted to do some cocaine. I'm like, that's okay. I was tripping, believe me, freaked me out. I was innocent. So he sat up there and got his nose full. Look at that. And we went and played pool. And then, I can't really remember what happened, but the couple we were going to have a double wedding with was her cousin. And it turned out that she met with her cousin's friend that was going to be the best man, right? So I found out. I said, hasta la vista, bitch. Not like that. But I told her I'm going back home. And so she was only 15. I was 18. So when I said I was leaving, her mom thought she was going to be leaving with me. So she goes and tries to file statutory rape on me, and we've been dating for a couple years. And, I mean, her mom, we slept in the same bed, and her mom knew. But since I wasn't going to take her, I thought she filed charges, but she couldn't. So I'm in Butte, Montana, and I have to call my mom and ask her if she'd send me some money so I get the fuck out of Dodge, you know? The cops are gonna me. So her brother takes me. Me and her brother got along great for a minute. He comes and picks me up with his girlfriend and her sister. So I'm sitting next to his girlfriend, and her sister's sitting next to me on the door, and they're both playing footsies with me at the same time. So I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, look at that. Will you just look at it? Oh, this is a new one. Looks like chocolate muffin. What the? Look at that. Anybody? Hey, I had never seen this before. It looks like chocolate. Look. What the hell? And all around it, look. If somebody knows what this is or not, I'm gonna have to Google it. It looks really good. I mean, yeah. Well, I know this tree will come back. So her brother takes me to his girlfriend's house and hides me out till I get enough money to take the bus. So then, one thing led to another, and her brother left for too long. Came back, I was in bed with his girlfriend. Then I was in Butte, Montana, with the bag, walking the streets. Yeah, so I went and saw my girlfriend in the hospital before I left. And I rode a bus back from Butthole, Montana. And that's that. One of those life lessons. That's what happens when you're whore sometimes. Man whore. The Deacon Beacon, preaching the light. Yeah, I know. You need to have that contest, Beacon. Have people pick your name, and then you pick one out of it. But I've been thinking hard. It hasn't came yet. I'm sure you haven't. You'll know when you hear it. And like you say, you're gonna move up. You need it's time for change. Only if it's a good change. Who is human? There's the name out there waiting for the Beacon. Dual Bigelow, Uber whore. You can do it. Name that movie. There's only about 5 in it with his buddy. That's a little trivia here. Okay, I'm going to give you random quotes, and you're going to tell me what movie it's from. Put a 1 up there. You think that's not a good idea, isn't it? Everybody here watch movies? I haven't watched any newer ones lately. I know all the ones from like 60 to 2000. Okay. How about this one? We don't need no stinking badges. I heard you. Got no picture. I have to look because YouTube's Nazis. Every day they unsub me from someone, and then half the time I go to their channel and it says unsubscribe, and when I go there I'm subscribed though. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, all the time. Like Awesome Joe, and Jackie. I mean, they're unsubscribed me to everyone I've been friends with at one time or another. Well, 2 people. I guess you scared you off because you don't know. Mel Brooks. There's your hangout. These little short shorts will kill me because I'm getting 8. Okay, see? Wow. Maybe much better. Look, right here. Interwoven. They made this and that one over there. That's a rock that way. I'm sorry, carrying it. I'm carrying the stick. My phone is. I'm high. But now we actually whacked that. And when I was coming out here, some 29-year-old girl stopped me. Trying to talk to me. At least I'll never have a couple puffs. That's not true. A couple puffs for a couple puffs. No. But you never know. I mean, I love the woman's body. Women's ass is the best thing in the world. If I was born a woman, I'd have been a lesbian. Because I don't like men at all. I mean, we're all raised by women. Yeah, that's part of it. I never said a bad word to my mom ever. Come on. I miss her a lot. She died in 99. But she didn't have to smell this bullshit. What's wrong with that? Sorry, people. Got it wrong. This thing here was made different, so I had to cut a hole out in it. There we go. $4.88 at Walmart. I didn't like the mount it had. It was like a clip, and I had this one. Oh, something else that works. I think it's, turkey. Oh, you can smell the good shit went around. Like lilacs. Honeysuckle. Oh, look. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh. There we go. 31 minutes. This thing's dink. I expect a 48 from fucking China. I was in the Marine Corps. It's hard enough to say fuck. Fuck! You shoot that squirrel, eat that motherfucker, and get that wishbone out and hang it above your door. Squirrels are just like men. They're just trying to get a nut. Womp. I like that. What is it? National Lampoon. That's the funniest shit ever. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, well, it's kind of sunny. It's called. It's a flipper move. It was on porpoise. Remember flipper? Gentle bend. A squirrel neck pillow for a cougar. You ought to get her some tube steaks smothered in underwear. You know, women, they have to have their protein injection every day, or they get grouchy. You want it. Look here. You want a squirrel neck pillow. So why do they call it a squirrel neck pillow? I mean, I might know what it is, but not by that name. Here's another big move. Look at this. This is actually a lot. Weird land. Looks like, whew, hot in the shade. I mean, tomorrow's June. Last night it was cold as shit. Chloe, you in your elementary school fun time. Well, lady, my girlfriend, she plays those claw machines all the time. And they're the most biggest ripoff vending machine ever made. I mean, you probably do better on because you know how they work. You've done it. There's that claw. Let's go. You want to take a hammer and smash the shit out of that motherfucker. Plus the shit inside it made in China. It ain't worth a buck nickel. I used to work at the circus and the fair. So what I did, I went up to Carney. That's what the kids wanted. You know, had to go win prizes and trade them up, you know. I'd say, hey, see that great big one? How much weed do you want for it? I'd walk out with the biggest motherfucker for like $2 worth of weed. Everywhere I lived, I got to know the people at the store, the gas station, everywhere. And I used to trade like $5 worth of weed to fill up my car. And I got to know the people at the store where I ate. And for 6 months, I ate the same thing every day at noon. One meal a day. I had two fried chicken breasts, mashed potatoes and gravy, summer salad, crab salad, sweet tea. I ate that once a day for 6 months. And then the guys giving them weed too. They weren't even charging for it. So then they wanted more weed. So I had a few friends that were pretty poor. So I'd go in there and give them like an eighth of weed, and they'd give me like 10 breasts. Because, you know, I hate it when people work somewhere and act like it's their storing their money. You know, but if you don't treat your employees right and pay them less than minimum wage, you pay the same one way or not. I know, I'm too. I pretty much never failed at anything. But I stayed in the arcade playing 9-ball snooker, but I like Galaga, Galaxian, Gorf, Missile Command, Tempest. How about the Olympic one game? Well, you only give the claw if the machine was good, because most of them, when you cramp on it, it lets go. And they put them in there real tight. At the hotel, they got one of them people. Where's that deer? Ooh. That's good. They got one of those quarter slide machines. You know, the quarter slide. That's another rip-off. Because of the quarter slide underneath the shell. I've never seen. I've got 3 people here in 2 years, 2.5. It is a muggy bitch. Oh, it's deer. See that? Damn it. I thought it was somebody in a yellow shirt. Big old doe. What is that? What the? I thought it was a jackalope. Huh. That's weird. What the fuck is it? I can't tell. It's a root. I used to be able to shit here. Looks like something cleaned up. Thank God. There was a couch here for 10 years. Fucking wasteful bitches. This is Hot Wheels. Mickey Mouse Hot Wheels. You know me. If it's a toy, anything like bony, anything I can paint, draw, switch up, you know. That's me. These shoes are brand new and I don't care. This is. Hey, okay, Nick. Yeah, if you get anything Sasquatch, I'll trade some weed or something. I forgot I was gonna say that. Damn it. Lost it. That sucks. That shit happened, don't it? Oh, I was gonna tell you something, Nick. Well, that sucks badass. Dum. I don't really like this mount that well. There we go, there. I haven't got any poison out of it yet, thank God. But going to the lake the other day, my forehead has peeled 3 times. And right now, everything's peeling. I've never peeled before. I mean, like 20 years. I look like a fucking leper. Ooh. You never know. Look at, you know, I hate passing up stuff. I'm sure you can probably see stuff on here I leave, but you can only have so many rocks. And believe me, seriously think about logging them all and giving them the Bass Pro to Johnny Morris. And, you know, they'll put them up there and put your name on a tag. Because I just can't keep pulling around. Quiet. I don't know where the trip was. See the water's dried half up here. Down there where I usually go, it comes out of the zoo. Out of the hose that goes into the waterfall, you know. It ends up ending up the creek and makes that second half of the creek run. Look at all the stuff in there. God. It's outrageous. Don't care about rocks anymore. There's no one else. Oh, yeah. I say that and then I find that. God. I am sweating like a whore in church. Whew. Look at that. Catch your throat with that shit. Yeah, I'm serious. I am dripping. Not tripping. Oh, man. What was it last night? It's the beacon. He ain't tweaking. I'm freaking. He's super lit. There's your, right there's your hook, Nick. This beacon, look at that. He ain't tweaking. And I'm freaking, because he's super lit. No, people do. We'll make great pets. Any rodent don't make good pets because their teeth never quit growing. They chew the fuck out of everything. My ex-father-in-law, R.I.P., Vietnam veteran, fireman, sheriff. His garage had a stained glass window above the garage doors, and this freaking squirrel chewed that shit off. You know, chewed around it and got in the garage, and he got in the attic, and he was driving him insane. Chewing the butt. He finally just went outside and fucking shot part of his wall off with a shotgun and killed it. He was crazy so much. He was crazy. He was fun though. He had a 1981 Camaro, black, 228. Me and him both had a lot of the same cars. And it's 5-speed. And he drove out to California. So he went away to the mail and got the 202 heads, and we all built a motor. You know, each one of us put different parts of the motor, freeze plug, all that. He built it like a NASCAR engine. And he wasn't thinking, look at that. Oops, hit that up. So, when he tore it all down, he tore out everything, and he didn't even put the freaking heater back in. It's real light that way though. But, look at that. Like a NASCAR engine though. Here's a bag from it. And they like blew top of the piston out the exhaust. And then he moved to Florida. He had to get on JC Whitney and buy a little freaking heater to put on the dash. But I lived across the street from a sheriff, and he was a drinker. He'd come over there at 3 in the morning and just fucking bake the tires. Sit out there and say, fuck you, cop. One person left. I guess I won't talk no more. First time I do it. Oh, it's fucking hot. Everything's going up. How about a meteor? Thank you. Right there. Yep. Kicking with Ben. I see him over here. Hell, I find him every time I come. That's asphalt. Look at that. Yeah, can you see this? Look. See how it's symmetric. You see how it's been worked on? I mean, they always pick the cool rocks like that. See? I mean, if you want to find arrowheads, anything, tools, just focus on the pretty shit and symmetric. Because, you know, think about it. If all you had to do was make everything you owned out of rocks, you wouldn't want to pick the black turds, would you? Look at that. Oh, damn. I'm keeping this bitch. It makes it simple. You know, you have to earn your dues though with this shit. You have to go for hours and hours and hours, and once you start, when you earn your dues and start playing them, focus on the pretty what? Exactly. Focus on the pretty shit. And it took me a long time to get my dues. See that? And once you start, it's kind of like when you're playing ball. In 1999 is when I started. I gained weight. I hit 90 home runs in 99. It's like ball after a while when you learn how to hit long balls. I used to just swing, and I knew it was gone. I just dropped the bat and said, see ya. But COM, but you know, when you're an adult, softball is 1 hour. So people that like sports, they want to get as much as they can. So they started, when you hit a home run, it was 1 and out. You go touch first and you're out. Then it went to hitting a home run and you're done. You didn't have to run the bases. You just went and sit on the bench because, you know, hang on, I gotta do this. I'm right here, So you hit a home run, you didn't have to run the bases. You just went on the bench. That saved, you know. After a while, that saved a lot of time. You get more innings. And then they wanted more time, so when you got to bat, you had a 1-1 count. And you get a lot more time in the game. But I miss it. And I took up a second, went home, and most people lollygag on the way to first. So when they hit a hard drive, my first baseman, my best friend, he knew I probably threw 1,000 people out at first in the outfield. Because I could gun that shit and hit him right in the glove every time. And a lot of times they'd see it coming. It's too late because they were running. Look at that. See you later, Bomber cat. Hey, uh, when you ever, do you go live ever? I'm gonna have to make sure. I don't think. I'm not getting any notifications from you if you're still posting stuff. All those people that get along, they try to separate us. They don't want us talking because, oh, look at that. See, the pretty ones. They don't want us, telling dumb people the real truth because they want them to stay dumb. Oh, look at that. Yeah. When life is simple and you don't worship materialistic things, it's easy to stay happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I used to have a Mr. T starter kit. I didn't realize what I do now that I could care less. Yeah, there's a lot of shit to do. I don't care. See that? Look at that. That's a nice colored rock. This is look at him in that root. Well, this is not normally where I go to do anything, but back in the digging iron, it's close to the place. These are going fields and shit. Well, I don't know who's laughing. Thanks for watching. I'm getting out of here.